everyone, it's Anthony. I don't know if you know this about me, but I am a huge fan of comic books. And here at the Noonan Carnegie Library, we have a fair collection of comic books for you to peruse through. Now, one graphic novel that I had always been interested in was The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I'd always known about it. I had seen the movie growing up and had been interested in reading it, but never had the opportunity until now. And let me tell you, it was weird. I read Volume 1 of the series, which consists of issues 1 through 6 of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen title, published in Wildstorm Comics, an imprint of DC Comics, in 1999 through 2000 by co-creators writer Alan Moore and artist Kevin O'Neill. Alan Moore describes the series as a Justice League of Victorian England, and that description could not be more apt. The story of Volume 1 follows a group of characters from various other literary sources. You've got Alan Quatermain from R. Rider Haggard's novel King Solomon's Mines and its subsequent sequels. You've got Captain Nemo from Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Dr. Henry Jekyll and Mr. Edward Hyde from Robert Louis Stevenson's The Curious Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You've got Holly Griffin from H.G. Wells' The Invisible Man, which, if you've seen our grown-up story time with the H.G. Wells series, the very first one that we did was The Invisible Man. You should check that out. You've also got Miss Murray, who, for the sake of this spoiler-free video, will not be fully named. They are set on a mission by a mysterious employer to retrieve a mineral called cavorite from the dastardly Dr. Fu Manchu from the Sax Rohmer novels, starting with The Mystery of Dr. Fu Manchu. Cavorite is a mineral found in H.G. Wells's The First Men on the Moon. It negates gravity. A lot of H.G. Wells influence in these stories. Trust issues arise between every character because they all have shady pasts or personalities that conflict with the other members of the League. Will they get the cavorite? Will they move past their differences and become a cohesive team? Will they discover who their mysterious employer is? I mean, I know, but I'm not going to tell you. What kind of video do you think this is? Let's move on to some pros and cons. Pros. The art is fascinating. Kevin O'Neill's work is grotesque and horrifying in a way that disgusts and intrigues the eye. You want to look away, but each panel may be weirder than the last. It's definitely something that you feel you have to pay attention to. The writing and the tone of the story fit very nicely with the world established by Alan Moore. It's dark, it's gross, just like Victorian England, and the characters all come from dark and grimy places that do not feel out of place in this world. Some of the cons. While the art is fantastic all over, the racist depictions of particularly the Chinese characters pulls me out of my enjoyment of my reading. That also goes for the writing and how the Chinese characters are written. I understand that due to the Opium Wars and the prejudice in Victorian England against Chinese and other Asian peoples, the depiction of them in this story would have been accurate to English sensibilities at the time, but being written in 1999, I find that to be a horrible representation of those peoples. Besides the blatant racism towards Chinese people and the prejudice towards those people who practice the Hindu faith, I don't find the story as compelling as I was told it would be. While it was so cool seeing all these literary elements, the characters, their stories and worlds come together, I didn't find the overall plot that intriguing. It felt like an average find the thing, stop the bad guy plot. But this time you know all of the characters. But from a story standpoint, that doesn't do much for me. If you like all the characters from those classic stories, and you want to see them in a dark, grimy story, then this is the comic graphic novel series for you. But under my own personal recommendation, maybe flip through it, check out some of the art. Otherwise, I don't think it's as great as people say it is. Alan Moore is definitely an influential writer to many people in the comic book industry, and Kevin O'Neill is a fantastic artist. Maybe flip through, check out some of the art. But ultimately, I do not think that it is personally worth your time to read through the entire first novel. If you're a huge fan of that, go right ahead. But I can't say that it's part of my personal recommendation. If you're interested in this graphic novel, we do have it here at the Carnegie Library, which you can find in our reviewed books section, and then it will be placed back into the graphic novel section in an aptly manner. I hope you enjoyed your time learning about the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and I can't wait to see you here at the Noonan Carnegie Library. Have a great day. I'll see you later. Bye, everyone.